Is the thing on? Okay, good. Alright, I have some sad news. I won't be posting any Dark Souls or Souls-like videos for a while. Mostly because I do want to focus on other stuff at the moment. And when I say other stuff, I mean more of like my anime content, more of like maybe some animated movie content, animated film content, just things around that to where I want to focus on those things opposed from my gaming content as right now. Obviously the gaming content is still going to be there, but there's a whole lot of other ideas and things that I have in my mind right now that I want to do. So video games might be on the back burner a tiny bit. Let's just see how everything goes. But trust me, I'm gonna be back for the Soul series though. I'm still completing every single Dark Souls / most of the more popular Souls like games. I'm gonna try to complete them all. I promise you on that. Don't get it twisted. I'm going for every single Dark Souls, just to 100% it. Just say cool little series on the channel to give you guys. The next Souls game, whenever I do end up posting it, I don't know when. I'm gonna try to make it live commentary the whole video, which is a little tough for me because sometimes I'm too locked in. That's another problem why I don't live stream, is because, like I said, at certain moments I'm way too locked into the game, so I don't end up talking a lot or talking as much as I should. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that section of the video. Shit, I'll just come near my explanation. I smack my phone on the table. Fuck. Now, regarding Dark Souls 3, bro, I really don't have extremely a lot to talk about in this video, only because I had started the game midway while I was into the game, only because I've been playing Dark Souls 3 so much and I had so much time on the game that I figured I'm not starting from the jump. I'm not restarting this game, but I'll get into that in the video. But hey, if I'm being honest with you guys, Dark Souls 3, I never thought in my life that I would enjoy a Souls series so much. I never thought, like, not even just Dark Souls 3, but Souls games in general. Didn't think I'd enjoy them this much, but from the gameplay, the weapons, the lore, the story, the map, everything, I love it. It's a really good series. It's a really good series when you do end up getting it a chance. Like I said, I've tried playing Dark Souls 3 at least 2 times before this, and I always get to Arendelle DLC, which is the snow map if you guys didn't know, and that's like around the 40% in the game, but then I would stop. Literally all the time I would stop. I don't know why, I just could never get into it. Honestly, I just, whenever I would keep trying to go in the game, and that was also during a period in time where I wasn't playing single player games that much. Yeah, I really wasn't focusing my time into Dark Souls at all like that. The only single player games I was really playing was Crash, Devil May Cry. I was playing Psychonauts at that time. That game is funny. But yeah, that's pretty much the only games I was playing. Besides that, I wasn't really playing much else until, like a year later, which is present time. I really was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to finish this eventually. So I just kept going with the game, and I really enjoyed the game more than I thought. I always noticed with Souls games that they got some great level designs. Everything around this map flowed really good, even down to the looks and the way things were placed around the map. It was really good. Really made walking into certain boss fights feel hype as fuck because of the environment around you, and cutscenes always do some boss fights justice. This is a side note, but I for real do fuck with the animated cutscenes so heavy in these games. The lore and dialogue will always be a big draw to me in these games. Something about being an emotionless psychopath or ready to become God while killing God is always going to be fun to me, if I'm being honest. Like, that's like the main appeal to the game for me, is literally going around killing these gods, going on finding these new NPCs, doing new quest lines, finding new weapons, maxing out said weapons. The only thing that sucks about all this stuff is the repetitiveness of me having to go back on watching Fighting Cowboys videos, but just for a walkthrough to see what exactly points to go out and pick up and stuff like that. But that's a little minor detail. Other than that, I really do enjoy, like, that's like the most fun parts to me about the game. So when I got into Dark Souls 3, these bosses actually had more of the memorable bosses to me. I really enjoy going through all the bosses in the game. Instead of me making off the hardest bosses, or not making off, what the fuck, instead of naming off the hardest bosses, I'm just gonna give y'all some of the most hype and coolest bosses I ran into. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I always complain about the harder bosses on most of these videos, but I never talk about the boss I actually found enjoyable, cool. Yes, they can still be annoying, but I can still find them cool, if that makes sense. I could just find the difficulty being annoying to an extent. But yeah, like the dancer, cool as fuck dancer, because you know it literally did feel like that bitch was dancing around me while she was killing me over and over and over and over and over again. Gale, even though he was the most annoying boss, was a really cool and fun boss to fight against. Dragon Slayer armor had one of the most annoying areas, but had a cool ass boss fight while I'm getting ability spammed against me by his two dragon friends that were in the area. And on top of that, I also did like the design and like the intro when you went into the Dragon Slayer armor fight. So yeah, I really enjoyed those parts about it too. Lothric is probably one of the coolest bosses to me in the series. I really wouldn't be able to give you a good reason why. To be honest, I really did just enjoy his moveset. His moveset was really cool to me, how he was teleporting around, how he was using light magic. When I don't want to get it wrong, that was his brother or sister that was also on the pedestal that was fighting, looking down at you guys. I also did enjoy when she would come down, when she came down the second phase of the boss fight, and also helped just spamming some abilities. I don't know, it just made it cool, and plus cinematic I thought was really nice. And it was kind of different seeing a boss only fight with no legs, at least from what I can recall right now. But seeing a boss fight with only no legs, brave, I don't know, something different. Then I can't really go in depth on why I like that boss, but I don't know, down to design, where the fight was at, the area leading up to it I thought was pretty good. I thought everything in the game was pretty good, especially the DLC areas. I didn't really do the snow DLC map, and I only didn't do that map only because at that time where I was being Dark Souls 3, I kind of just wanted to beat it at that time, and I didn't feel like I had just beat Gale. I didn't feel like backtracking. I just went to the final boss, and then I was just like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna end it here. Even the final boss I thought was a pretty cool boss fight, how he constantly kept switching through weapons, the fire, super aggro. That's another running theme of Dark Souls 3 I did notice though. Every single boss was aggro as fuck. Every single boss. But I did enjoy that. I liked it. It really made me feel like I was scripting. It made me feel like a speedrunner, the way I would come back in after my 20th time of not being able to beat this boss, and I just understood their moves, and I was able to just counter their moves by doing rolls in between. I was looking cool as fuck, bro. I need to start live streaming this shit. I was looking cool as fuck. If only you guys knew. If only you guys knew. But like I said, that's pretty much the end of the video. Just have some short thoughts on the game. I just wanted to get something out for you guys. Honestly, Dark Souls 3 was a fun game. Like I said, I do plan to go on to the other Souls games, and I do have an announcement on another series that I'm gonna start doing. It might be a more longer running series. Honestly, like this might take me a year or two to finish, if I'm being honest. It might sound crazy, a year or two to finish a series, but you guys are gonna see what I have planned. But yeah, other than that, I really have nothing else to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for all the views that you guys have been showing me and giving me on these last few videos. I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping to push out more unique content rather than just opinion-based content. Of course, the opinion-based content is still there, but I do plan on attacking more targeted, you know, ideas. I just have hella ideas in my head, honestly, that I want to get through. So, yeah. Peace out. Also, I have one last thing to add before I end off this video. What the fuck is this boss right here? What the fuck is he?